Hi, today we are going to learn a very interesting section. The section is called as fancy heading. So let's begin with today's discussion of fancy heading. Log into your site, go to the page where you want to add that section and turn on your builder. It might take a little bit of time for the builder to get activated. Once the builder is activated, move to the section where you want to add the section. You can add the section by clicking on two different locations. The first one is here. If you want to add it from here, you need to go to the block section, and then afterwards you need to move on to the module section, and over here then you need to scroll down a little bit, and then you will be able to see here a section called as fancy heading. If you want to add this, click on the plus button. Okay, so you can add the section from here, as well as if you want to add the section from here, you can click on the plus button and you can see the section called as fancy heading over here. What I would suggest, if you want to have a section called as module directly into your page, instead of clicking this icon directly, I request you to click on this icon, so it will save some of your clicks. So for my convenience, I am going to click on this plus button. After clicking on this plus button, I am going to the module section, and I can see over here a section called as fancy heading. I'll click on the plus button, add module. Okay, now a pop-up has opened, a new window has opened. See, in this it is asking me two things. One is heading and the second one is called as subheading. Okay, so let me explain it to you right now. See, there are many situations where you only require two sentences. For example, suppose you are working for a school, or you are preparing up a website for your school. In that case, what you want to write is the name of the school within the heading section. For example, let me give you a company name. My company name is happyvisitors.com. Okay, and subheading in the sense what? Here we should write the name of the tagline of the company. For example, the tagline of our company is low cost affordable services to all. Okay, see now what I have done. Within the heading section, I have written happyvisitors.com, and within the subheading section, I have written the tagline of the company. Okay, and I will click on the done button. I'll minimize this module so that I can see the output, and I'll click on the save. Okay, now everything looks fine over here, but there are some little bit flaws in this. If you see properly, the happyvisitors.com is very properly written. Also, low cost affordable services to all, this is the subheading, it is also properly written. But if you see little bit properly, you will come to know that this line is not properly aligned. Okay, in order to align this line properly, what I will do is I will double click on this module once again, and can you see the option called as text alignment over here? I'll click on the center. Now before I click this any text alignment, this dash is displayed over here. Okay, and when I click this, it will come to the center. Can you see the changes? Yeah, we can see the changes over here. Now if I click left alignment, everything will be left positioned. Okay, if I click on center, all the text will be center aligned, and if I click the right alignment, it will be right aligned. But most of the time, 99% of the time, we usually require the text alignment as center. Remember it very well. 99% of the time, we require the text alignment of the fancy heading as center. Okay, and then click on done button. Click on save, and now you will be able to see the changes. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay, this section is looking very well now. We have written only two sentences. The first one is the name of the company, happyvisitors.com, and the second sentence is the tagline of the company, low cost affordable services to all. And by default the fancy heading gives up an underline on in between the two sections. Now let's see the same section in little bit deeper now. So let's turn on the builder. I'll minimize this section. I'll edit this section by double clicking it. Now there are two main things to be looked over here. See, the first one is called as a divider. Divider, what is divider? Divider is this line. Let me reduce this so that you can see. Okay, see this line, the line between the name of the company, that is the heading, and the tagline. Can you see a dashed line over here? This is called as a divider. I can turn it on or off by clicking this button over here. If I want it, I can enable it. If I don't want, I can disable it. Remember it. Look again one more time. If I want the divider, I can enable it. If I don't want it, I can disable it. Okay, but for the sake of convenience, I'll keep it as enabled. Okay, now the second option. Okay, this is called as inline text. Okay, let me explain it to you. What do we mean by this one? See, now there are two lines, happyvisitors.com and low cost affordable services to all. But these two lines are displayed on two different lines. Happyvisitors.com is displayed on the first line and low cost affordable services to all is displayed on the second line. Now what if I want to display these two lines on the same line? Okay, let me show it to you how we can do it. I'll drag this section to the little bit in the middle. Okay, and I'll go to the inline text section, and here is a checkbox which says display main and subheading as one line. Okay, if I click on this one, okay, and if I click on done, you will be able to see here the name of the company, that is the first line, and that is the heading, and the subheading. Now both of them are displayed on the same line. Okay, it is very easy to combine both the lines in a single line. What we have done just now, let me repeat it once again. We have edited the module and we have just clicked the inline text as on. Okay, so that both the lines, that is the first line and the second line, come on the same line. But we usually don't require this kind of setting. We usually keep it off. Okay, we usually keep it off. But if suppose if condition is that the client requests you to have both the lines on the same line, then you can just keep it as inline text as enabled. Is that clear? Yeah. Now let's move on to the second one. Okay, now see, we have seen this one, heading link. No, what we have seen is heading. We have seen, yeah. We have seen subheading, yes. Then afterwards we have also seen the text alignment. Okay, left, center and right. Okay, we have also seen inline text. Okay, and we have also seen divider. Okay, now there are only two things remaining in this section of fancy heading. The first one is heading link and the second one is subheading link. Okay, now suppose there is a condition where after clicking happyvisitors.com we want to go to a different page. Okay, then in that case what we will do is that we'll first of all open up a new tab. Suppose after clicking happyvisitors.com I want the website of Happy Visitors to be opened. Then what I will do, first of all I'll go to the happyvisitors.com website. I'll first of all open it and check whether the website is properly working or not. If the website is properly working, then only I will copy its URL. Okay, see what I'm doing. I have visited the website, I have opened it, it is working properly. So I'll click on this, I'll select the URL, I'll copy it. I'll come to this section, I'll go to the fancy heading section and I'll just double click it. After double clicking it, I want the happyvisitors.com text to be clicked. Okay, so what I'll do, heading link, I'm going to do it as I have copied it, and I'm going to copy that link over here. Okay, I have pasted that link over here. Okay, I'll click on done, I'll click on save. Now you can see over here some changes. What are those changes? When I gave that text a link, the color of it has changed to little bit red. These are the by default settings that are applied. Okay, don't try to change the colors and other settings. Okay, now if I take the hover my cursor to the happyvisit.com section, at the bottom over here you can see the link. Okay, and the cursor is changed to a hand position. It indicates that there is a link to attached with happyvisitors.com. so if I click on this one, let me first of all close this one. If I click on this one, I will be taken to the website of happyvisitors.com. It means that we have linked the text with a link. Okay, so what are the rules that we followed? The first rule that we followed was we visited that site, we checked whether the link is working properly. If the link is working properly, then we came over here and just we pasted the link over here. I request all of you that you should never type the links over here. For example, because whenever you are typing, you might sometimes do spelling mistakes. For example, instead of doing like this, I mistakenly typed. If you are going to type, there are typing errors. Suppose by mistake I did like this, and I click on done and I clicked on save. Now let's see what will happen. Okay, now I have taken my cursor over here and now I'm going to click on it. Okay, now the page is not opening. That's why, okay, if people see such kind of website, they will be blaming you. They will not be blaming the company, they'll be blaming the developer. So it's your responsibility to make sure that all the pages that are linked to your website are working properly. So never type the URLs. Remember it very well. Never type the URLs. Most of the time what I'm telling you is, first of all, open the link that you want to give link to. Okay, check whether it is working properly. If it is working properly, then copy the URL, come to the section where you want to give the link, and then just paste the link. Okay, and then click on done. Okay, the same way as you are giving link over here to the heading section, you can give link to the save heading section also. Okay, now suppose, for example, I want to give the link to android.com, another website. So instead of typing over there, I'll first of all go and open the Android section. Okay, the website and the link are working very properly, so I'll copy the URL, I'll come to this section, I'll go to the sub heading link section and I'll paste the link over here. Okay, I'll click on done, I'll click on save. Okay, now the color of also the second line has changed. It indicates that there are links. Now it is a very common sense that if I click on happyvisitors.com, it will go to happyvisitors.com section, and if I click on the second line, that is low cost affordable services to all, it will go to the Android section. So let's just take it out. So instead of directly clicking, what I will do, I'll right click and open link in a new tab. Okay, so it should go to happyvisitors.com section. It is very correct. Now also I'll click on the second one. Let's see, Android site should be opening. So in this way, both these links are working very properly. Okay, so let me revise it one more time. The section that we have learned today is called as fancy heading. Okay, and it is used when you have only two sections or two lines to be added. The first one is called as the heading section, heading line. The second one is called as the subheading line. You can give link to the heading as well as to the subheading. Okay, but what the points to be remembered here are that whenever you want to give any kind of link, don't type. First of all, open the link, check whether it's working properly. If the link is working properly, then copy that URL and then just come and paste over the URL. The second option is called as text alignment. You can align the text to the left, to the center or to the right. And then afterwards we have seen inline text. If you want both the lines, the first line and the second line to be displayed on a single line, then you can click on display inline as we have seen earlier. Okay, it will be like this. Okay, let me reduce it a little bit, and then I'll just turn it off. I want it on both the lines. Okay, and then the last one, divider. I can make this line visible or disappear depending upon the condition that you want. Okay, so we have seen all the options from over here. Okay, heading, heading link, subheading, subheading link, text alignment, inline text, and divider. Okay, so make proper use of this fancy heading, okay, in all the websites that will be designing from here further on. Okay, most of the time, let me tell you one more time, that we don't usually require heading link, but we have seen if the condition is that you want to add, you can add it, but most of the time we don't require subheading links. Okay, I'll click on done and I'll click on save. To see the output, I'll click on the close window. Okay, so we had today what we have seen is a fancy heading, which was a very interesting part. It was very easy to understand. Okay, and hence further you can implement in all the websites that you want. Okay, so where are the practical applications of this one? You can go to each and every page of your website. For example, okay, every website first of all has up an introduction. Okay, this is done. These are only two sentences. This is the first and this one is the second. This is also done using the fancy heading. Okay, so fancy heading is basically used to give upon a short intro of the page that you are working on. Okay, as your experience goes, you will be able to see where are the practical applications of it. But in today's session, what we have seen is what is fancy heading, where are its use, and how to use it. We have also seen all of the options available within the module. Okay, just keep on practicing. Okay, I wish you all the very best and thank you very much.